Good morning everybody. The weather is really nice today. It's actually getting so warm that I can go outside without a jacket. My balcony isn't very big, but it's big enough for like a chair and a table, so you can sit outside and drink your coffee. So I think I might order some furniture for my balcony and just make it more aesthetic. Maybe some plants, because I'm looking at my neighbors' balconies because I can see them from over here and they are nice. They've got like plants, they've got like a little seating area. It is actually a lot hotter outside than I thought. This morning it was mild, but when you go outside and you stand in the sun, you start to get hot. It's quite difficult to actually breathe with the mask on when it's this hot outside. So I am not looking forward to summertime. Imagine wearing a mask in the summertime heat. Oh no. I bought a lot of stuff today and I wanted to show you some of it. Not everything though, because I bought so much. Like this shop was supposed to last us a week or even more than a week, and it would just be too much stuff to show you. So I wanted to show you some of my favorite things to buy when I go to the supermarket, because I keep buying these things over and over again. They're like the standard. If I run out of them, I'm basically screwed for food. I'll have to cook proper meals, and I don't particularly enjoy cooking. John is the cook. He does most of the cooking because he's very good. His father was a chef, so the food that he makes is... So I like to have some meals that I can just quickly whip up for myself when he's teleworking or doing something else or he's not at home. I always buy cucumbers, tomatoes, things to make a salad, just the basics. But I also always buy these mushrooms. I believe these are called eringi. If you fry them or grill them, they taste so good. I put them on top of my rice. I just grill them up and eat them as a snack. You can find these pretty much anywhere in Japan, and I think if you go to an izakaya, then these are the types of mushrooms that they will be serving to you on sticks. My favorite way to cook them is to fry up a tiny bit of garlic. Don't char the garlic. Don't make it go like super brown or black. Don't burn it, but lightly fry the garlic with some olive oil and add these, and they are delicious. And I recommend cutting them like lengthways. They've got like a really rich, meaty texture, and I just find that the texture is better if you do fry them lengthways rather than this way. Personally, despite the lack of vegetarian choices or vegan choices in a Japanese supermarket, I still prefer Japanese supermarkets to Western supermarkets, just because there are so many more fruits and vegetables that I enjoy in a Japanese supermarket. And they're always so perfect as well. Like they never look beaten up or weird. Like they're always just John, there's a bug. What is that? Don't kill it.
It's just a little bug.
Well, get rid of it.
A little red bug.
Can you throw it outside?
It's so small, babe.
Babe, please get rid of it. Is this not the sign of summer? Tell me what it is. What is it? Tell me. Close the window. Close the window. Thank you. This is how you know that Japanese summer is coming. All the bugs are coming out. If there's one, there's many. I am so happy that John isn't scared of bugs. I am so happy that he's not scared of bugs, because I am terrified of any kind of bug. Aside from cicadas, I'm not scared of cicadas. I think they're kind of cute. And I'm not scared of spiders either. I know it doesn't make sense because everyone is scared of spiders, but I have no issue with spiders whatsoever. But like a little beetle, no. Let's get back to talking about something nice. What was I saying? Japanese supermarket has a lot of things in it, like exotic fruits, for example. You can find dragon fruit everywhere, and not just one type of dragon fruit, but many types of dragon fruit. But I didn't get any dragon fruit on this occasion because I splashed out. I splashed out on the spoils of late spring, and I got some cherries. These are the first cherries that I'm trying this year. They look so pretty. I kind of want this as a lip color. That would be a really nice lip color. That's kind of like the lipstick my mom wears. I don't really eat chocolate and I don't really eat pastries. I mostly eat fruits. So along with the cherries for my sweet snack, my dessert, I also got some watermelon. I always get suica. I would get the whole watermelon. Like even if John comes with me, we still can't carry it because the watermelons that they're selling in my supermarket, they are so big. And also I don't know where we would store it. Our fridge is definitely not big enough for a watermelon. So I'm buying these, which kind of makes me think about all the plastic that we're using, but I can't carry the big watermelon home and I have nowhere to store it. I wouldn't be able to. These two are my dessert for today. Fruits are nature's candy. I think the social isolation is starting to get to me. I do talk to John, but my brain, it's like up in space. So I am all over the place at the moment. Okay, let's move on. The next thing I picked up is this vegetable juice. This juice isn't the best tasting thing in my opinion, but I feel like it's probably the healthiest one just because of the variety of vegetables and greens that it uses. This is basically made up of carrots, tomatoes, peppers, peas, a lot of greens, broccoli, asparagus, radish, lemon, ginger. Also, I think this is fortified with vitamin C. So I drink this every single day and it's more of a habit for me because in the UK I had a juicer and a smoothie maker and I didn't bring them to Japan because there's just not enough space in my suitcase. So here I just buy a juice like this, and this is the closest thing that I can find to what I would make myself. So we're getting into the less healthy category now. Next thing is iced coffee. This is my favorite iced coffee by far. It just has a very rich taste without being too bitter. I think the majority of supermarkets will sell this particular brand, but it's just my favorite brand and I always have iced coffee in the fridge. The iced coffee in Japan is probably my favorite coffee in the world. It's just delicious. I think it's better than Starbucks.
No.
You don't think that this iced coffee is better than Starbucks? Starbucks iced coffee is so weak. Okay, so John apparently disagrees with me. Never mind. So if I am kind of hungry but I don't want a full meal, I normally eat one of these, and these are vegan noodles from Tea's Tantan or from Tea's restaurant. So there's a restaurant in Japan called Tea's, and then there's branches of the Tea's restaurant called Tea's Tantan, and they make the most delicious ramen, and now finally their instant ramen is available in our supermarket. And there's two flavors. There's the hot and sour noodle soup, and there's also the Tantan noodle soup. And the Tantan noodle soup legitimately tastes like exactly the ramen that you can get in their Tea's Tantan restaurant. And I cannot recommend these enough. They are so delicious, and you like them too, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, they're really good. John's not a vegetarian or a vegan, by the way. You do eat a lot of vegetarian and vegan food though.
Yeah.
Like he eats a lot of veggie and vegan food, but he really likes these. These are super, super delicious. I cannot recommend them enough to you, especially if you're a vegan and you're looking for some good instant ramen, because instant ramen that is vegan is so hard to find in Japan. But now more supermarkets and apparently some 7-Elevens are starting to stock these, and I am so, so happy. They're super tasty. Please try them. So the Tantan noodle soup has like a sesame flavor, like a sesame taste to it, like a very rich sesame taste to it. And then the hot and sour noodle soup is precisely that. It's hot and sour and just super comforting and delicious, and not too spicy either. So the next two noodles are not healthy at all. The first one is the Coca Signature Spicy Singapore Fried Noodles. These are really cheap and they're vegetarian and they are very easy to cook, and they taste like Singapore noodles minus the prawns and other meat, fish things that normally go into Singapore noodles. But these are pretty good. The last packet of noodles that I purchased are these Samyang cheese noodles. And I know they look like they're not vegetarian, but actually they are vegetarian because the chicken flavoring in them is artificial flavoring, so they're definitely not healthy. But they just taste so good. If you like spicy food, like I love spicy food, they're not as spicy as the red version, I think. Is the red version of these the spiciest?
Yes.
Okay, so they're not as spicy as the red version of these. You might have seen the spicy noodle challenge on YouTube. This is the brand that everybody's eating, but they're eating the red version of these. And I've tried the red version and it is really, really hot. So if you want it to be a little bit less spicy, but you can still cope with legitimately spicy food, try the cheese version. There's also a carbo version, the pink packet, and they are even less spicier than these ones. So these are the things I repurchase over and over again. They're all very delicious. I highly recommend you try them if you're in Japan and you're in a Japanese supermarket and you're looking for something new to taste. So now I'm gonna go and just take a little break from life, and I'm gonna go and play on my phone and probably speak to my friends, see how they're doing. I'll message my family because I think it's morning time in the UK right now. Japan is currently 8 hours ahead of the UK, and I always message my family when they wake up. My mum messages me every day, and if I don't reply back in like 10 minutes, I'll get another message and it'll be like, are you okay, Marish? She calls me Marish or Marishka or Mariah, and I'll just get texts on WhatsApp, then I'll get texts on WeChat, then I'll get an actual text message, and it's just gonna, it's gonna get out of control. If I don't answer them, it gets out of control. So I have to message them and tell them that I am in fact alive and not dying from a virus or the murder hornets or whatever is outside at the moment. And then I might play The Sims. I've been really enjoying playing The Sims recently. I got a new expansion pack and I've uploaded that video on my other channel, on the Mary Alternate channel. Are you watching people dig stuff again?
No.
He likes to watch those videos where people like dig stuff and then make houses out of dirt. So for lunch, I actually really like to have the spicy noodles with some tsukemono. I really like Japanese pickles in general, and I feel like they kind of take away the spiciness of the noodles. They seem to balance it out. Okay, so I finished my lunch, and that was actually the first time buying those tsukemono from the supermarket, like a different supermarket. Normally I get them from another supermarket, but they were okay, but they were nowhere near as good as the tsukemono I had with Amanda in Oita. I think the ones that I've had in Oita, they were like homemade, and they just had this amazing flavor. These just taste like salt, to be honest. I'm not very impressed by them. I don't know, let me try again. Let me try them again. They really lack a depth of flavor to me. A lot of the tsukemono in Japan are completely vegan, and they just make such a nice side dish. Sometimes if I want to have like a traditional Japanese breakfast, I don't do this all the time, I only do it like once in a while. I'll have like a bowl of rice and I'll have my miso soup, and then I have like a little bowl of tsukemono on the side, and it just goes together so well. But these are nowhere near as good as the ones that I have tried in Oita. Those were just amazing. And there was also like a cooked pickled chestnut tsukemono, I think, at least I think that's what it was, and it was delicious. And I've never actually had a chestnut in my life before, like a whole chestnut, before I went to Oita, and I was so impressed at how good it tasted. It tasted really delicious. When this whole situation is over, I cannot wait to travel around Japan again, go to different places, try different food. Right now my diet is so basic, I want to say, like it's gone so basic. I went through like a stage of really enjoying cooking, but now I'm just basic. On my list of things to do today is actually doing the laundry, and I try to do the laundry every couple of days. Sometimes I do it every day. So prior to moving permanently into this apartment, we were staying in a different apartment just for the time being, and it didn't have a washing machine at all. So every other day we'd have to go to the coin laundry, and it's not the most convenient thing to do. So I'm super happy that this apartment actually came with a washer and dryer. When we were speaking to the landlord initially and they said that we have a washer dryer, I was like, do you though? Do you really have a washer dryer, like something that actually dries clothes? And they weren't lying, it actually dries clothes, and I'm super happy and impressed by this. So in those Japanese apartments that do have their own washing machine, you will probably find that it doesn't dry the clothes thoroughly. It just rinses them and spins them, and what the majority of people will do is either put their clothes on their balcony or just outside, hang it up to dry it in the fresh air, or if your apartment comes with a modern bathroom, what you can do is actually hang them up in the bathroom, and the room itself will dry the clothes for you. We have a bathroom like that. I will show you that in a second. First of all, I'm going to do the laundry. I'm going to use this amazing washer dryer that actually dries clothes. I'll show you what it looks like. It's not that exciting, but it's the first time that I come across a washer dryer in Japan that actually dries. So if you want to know the brand, it is Hitachi, and it's the Beat Wash Slim Wash and Dry. There's all the laundry in there, John. John's holding the camera if you haven't guessed. Why is there laundry in here? This is what we're currently using. I like this bowl because it smells really good. I recently refilled this too. In Japan, what you do is you actually buy refillable packs. So you'd buy this first and then you'd buy like a pack of these and you'd refill it. And it saves a bit of money, which is nice. Do you think one's enough or should I put two in? 60 minutes dry is enough.
No, it isn't.
Well, then we can put it on for another 32 minutes. Or 30 minutes, can't we?
Yay, wet towels. My favourite.
1 hour 27. That's much better.
Wet towels.
No.
Yes, wet towels.
John, they're gonna be wet anyway when you use them, you know that.
That's the most logical thing I've heard all day.
So let me show you what I mean when I say you can dry your clothes inside the bathroom. We have this panel outside of our bath and shower that lets you control the fan, and what you can do is press this button and it will heat up the whole room for you. And you can actually hang up your clothes to dry in there. Some apartments are super high tech though. They have this amazing feature where you can press a button and the bath will automatically fill up for you. And then there's another feature that keeps the temperature of the water warm. We don't have that feature, but I still really love our bathroom. It's very spacious and separate from the toilet, which is a huge plus. So for dinner, we're having some curry with my favorite mushrooms. Did you put the garlic in there? It smells so good in this kitchen right now. This whole kitchen smells like an Italian, Japanese fusion restaurant. Because of the mushrooms with the garlic and the olive oil, it smells really good. I'm so hungry, I can't wait to eat this. It's been a really long day. I feel like we should have started cooking this a lot earlier because I am at like starving point right now. The curry is finally ready. It smells so good. There's a lot of different veggies in there, and John also fried up some mushrooms to put on top. This is probably my favorite dinner actually. It just tastes so good. It's so comforting and so warm. Even though it's summer outside, I still like to eat this, but I can imagine this tasting really good in the winter time or late autumn.